It began as nothing more than a whisper in the back of my mind. That faint tug in the gut you can't ignore. A shift so subtle it could have been brushed off, an unfamiliar softness in her tone when she'd say, "I'm grabbing lunch with friend." The kind of softness that only stands out because you know the sharper edges beneath it. Laura and I had been married 8 years. 8 years of routines. Quiet conversations over coffee. Shared dreams spoken in the dark. We had arguments, sure, but I believe we were steady. I believe we were unshakable. That belief cracked the night I saw the message on her phone, left unattended beside me on the couch. Can't stop thinking about today. A number I didn't recognize. When I asked her, she laughed nervously, brushing it off as a group chat. "You know how girls can be," she said. I nodded. I didn't push it. But lying in bed beside her that night, staring into the shadows, I knew something was wrong. Very wrong. Weeks passed, and her lunches grew more frequent. Her excuses became thinner, less convincing. One afternoon, when her phone was left unguarded, I crossed a line I never thought I would. I went through it. And there it was, the truth I'd been dreading. The messages weren't just playful. They were explicit. They were tender. They were the kind of words meant for lovers, not friends. His name was Eric. Nausea rose in my chest as I read. It wasn't just physical, it was emotional. The intimacy they shared was the very thing Laura and I used to hold so tightly between us. And now she had given it away. For days, I carried it in silence, torn between confronting her, leaving her, or begging for some explanation. I did none of those things. Instead, I started planning. Carefully, methodically. Eric wasn't hard to find. A co-worker from a partnering company. Married, too. His wife's name was Christine. 2 small children. A family that radiated love in photos she posted online. My heart ached for her. But pity didn't change what needed to be done. I hired a private investigator, a blunt, battle-worn man named Frank. Within a week, he had delivered everything I feared. Pictures of Laura and Eric leaving hotels together, brushing shoulders with giddy smiles, kissing in her car. Evidence so clear it silenced any doubt. I reached out to Christine with a simple message. "I'm sorry to tell you this. I believe your husband, Eric, is having an affair with my wife, Laura. I've attached proof." Her reply came an hour later. "Thank you." Just 2 words, but heavy with quiet devastation. With that, the wheel was turning. The truth had momentum now. But I wasn't finished. Laura needed to see it all, to sit face to face with what she had done. I invited her to lunch. "Just us," I said, smiling as though I was trying to rekindle something. She agreed quickly, relieved even, as though she thought I was reaching out to her. She had no idea what awaited her. The table was set with precision. A white cloth, polished silverware, 2 glasses of wine. To anyone else, it might have looked like romance. At its center sat a manila envelope, stuffed with every damning photograph and transcript. Laura came in smiling, her cheeks flushed from her supposed lunch meeting. The moment her eyes landed on the envelope, her steps faltered. "What's this?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Sit," I told her. She did, uneasily. I slid the envelope across. "Open it." Her hand shook as she pulled out the photos, flipping through text printouts, images, receipts. Her expression crumbled. "I can explain," she stammered, her voice thin, weak. "Explain." My voice was calm but sharp. "Explain how you've been lying to me, how you've been sneaking around with another married person, how you've treated our marriage like it was disposable." Tears filled her eyes. "It's not like that," she whispered. "Then what is it like, Laura?" My tone hardened. "Because it looks exactly like betrayal." She broke down sobbing, choking out apologies that didn't touch the surface of what she had destroyed. I let her cry, let her drown in it. Then I dropped the final blow. I spoke with Christine. I said evenly. Her head snapped up, eyes wide with horror. "You what?" "She knows everything." I replied, "You didn't just destroy us, Laura. You tore apart their family, too." Before she could respond, a knock sounded at the door. I opened it. Christine stood there, calm but burning with fury. And behind her, Eric. Laura's face went pale. "What is this?" she whispered. "This," I said, "is truth." The eruption that followed was raw. Christine unleashed years of pent-up anger on her husband, cutting him down with words sharp enough to bleed. Laura tried to step in, only to be met with Christine's rage turned on her. "Don't you dare justify this." Christine spat. "You're selfish. You're a liar." Eric stumbled through excuses, feeling neglected, underappreciated. I laughed bitterly. "Neglected? You had 2 kids and a wife who would have given you the world. And this is what you chose." By the end, the room was heavy with ruin. Laura and Eric sat hollow, broken shadows of who they'd been. Christine and I exchanged a glance, unspoken recognition passing between us. Neither of us won, but neither of us was alone. The fallout was immediate. Laura left that night with her bags. I filed for divorce the next day. Christine followed suit. Eric lost his job when Christine sent the evidence to his employer. Laura's reputation unraveled as friends and family learned the truth. But their destruction didn't heal me. Nights still came when I cried quietly. Mornings felt impossible. Yet, with time, I found my footing again. Therapy helped. Running helped. Old friends helped. Slowly, I pieced myself back together. A year later, I was stronger. Happier, even. I had learned to value myself, to demand honesty and respect. Laura and Eric, I heard, didn't last. Their bond crumbled under the weight of guilt and shame. Revenge hadn't been the goal, though it may have sparked it all. What mattered most was this. I had taken back my power, and I wasn't giving it away again. Do you want to make this rewrite even more intense and vengeful, or keep it in this balanced but powerful tone?